Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Giants and the reigning Super Bowl champs under the lights on Sunday night.
Now for the so-called City Beautiful and home to the Madden studios. This is EA Sports coverage of the National Football League from Orlando, Florida. Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. Nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And his play caller does a nice job giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Second into his prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here's Fields. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw, Fields. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Now Fields going to move him around. To throw again on second down. Fields. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Rome Odunze. 43 yards. And the Lions are on the board first here in this division round matchup. So they take the opening kickoff and drive it all the way down the field.
And that's the last thing you want defensively. On the road, in the playoffs, and now you're down a touchdown right away.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And it wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
Looking middle, and that's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. So from the 37, here's second down and 1. Rattler going to look to throw again. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. From the gun, here's Rattler. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. Rattler working out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Rattler able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run with Gibson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they come up now, second and goal. Rattler wants to throw it. Flush. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A very costly sack there on third and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on fourth.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, third and goal. They'll look to throw for it with Rattler. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Giants are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Fields. A pass complete to Odunze. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 37. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Don't jump. Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
He's brought down back at the 40-yard line.
Fields now to throw. That'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
11. Here we go.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Here we go.
Etienne is in for a Lions touchdown. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Butker on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now out come the Giants. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? A little on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball. When they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown, but incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Here's Rattler. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Throwing is Rattler. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. To the air is Rattler. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a 7... they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Fields changing the play. They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's Williams on the catch. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Fields. That is caught by Laporta. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And the offense moving quick to the line. Now Fields rolling to his right. Oh, Odunze wide open. It's complete. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 48. Butker's kick here is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
We begin in the gateway to the west in St. Louis, Missouri, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Cardinals are able to finish strong, and they are a top contender for a Super Bowl title as they wind up at 14-3 on the year.
We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Looking to throw. He's got Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Back to throw now on first down. And this will be incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Myles Garrett with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and they will take over 1st and 10. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Now it's Fields. Under pressure, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game. 2 things you can do in that situation: run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, Rattler. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for New York. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taken in at the 22. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And that's a great run, and this is where you've got a running back who feels like he needs to take over this football game. You're in the second half, you've got the lead, you're looking at moving on to the conference championship, and he's got to be saying, just keep giving me the ball, and I'll get us home.
Here we go. Is that all right?
On first down, right back to Etienne. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. A play fake, now Fields to throw. They'll roll him out right. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back live to Orlando. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4.
Here we go. Go.
Out of the gun, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown laying himself out in the end zone. And the Lions are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth quarter lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The New York set to take the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by. If that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Now Rattler. There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 2. Rattler wants to throw it. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Rattler. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Good.
ETN up the middle. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he will find his man on the outside. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Justin Fields. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Possession of the football going back over to the Giants. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Open man is Komet, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
And that flag's on Myles Garrett, and we know he's got a nose for getting after the quarterback, but that time, even though he's going to protest it a little bit, he's a step late, and they hit him with the penalty.
Here's Rattler. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Again, he'll drop the throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Throwing is Rattler. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Throwing once more. Here's Rattler. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. To the air is Rattler. Has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Rattler from the gun, 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 4th down, here's Rattler. This is intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Field's going to change things up here. That one looks like he'll throw here. Open man down the field. That's a Dunze. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big 4th quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Delay of game.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 1st down.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Fields. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Now Fields. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And the Giants ready to come out now. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. Bernard. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready, because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.